My DCA bot on Altrady has earned 95% profit over 180 days with a 99.39% win rate. And honestly, it should be 100%. That one loss is my fault. In this video, I'm going to show you how to optimize a DCA bot on Altrady to passively accumulate coins that you're interested in holding for the remainder of this bull run. All of that and more in today's video here on Coin Bureau Trading. My name is Aaron Dishner from The Better Traders, and you are watching Coin Bureau Trading. What's the Band-Aid? What's the deal? I had surgery last week. It's going to be off in like a little bit, like just a couple of days. So everything's fine. The market is not physically beating me up. I'm actually winning, obviously, as you can see here. So first off, before I even talk about the settings and everything, how is this possible? What's going on? What is this? So first off, this platform is called Altrady. I've made videos about Altrady before on my channel. The link for that is in the description below, but also here on Coin Bureau Trading. And a lot of you have just kind of like breezed past by it. So now that you see the results of a bot that's been running just for 180 days, earning 95% profit, hands-free, now you're probably wanting to pay attention, right? The reason why Altrady is the best is because you can connect multiple crypto trading exchanges to Altrady and treat Altrady like your command center, your hub. So that way you can execute trades on all of the supported exchanges from Altrady. And this is exactly what I'm doing here with my bot running on Altrady for MASA. Now, full disclaimer, MASA is just a new listing. Well, it was a new listing and I was accumulating it in hopes of it going up a lot higher. But the reality is that the price of MASA has actually not gone up higher. I actually have a chart over here of MASA on the 30-minute time frame, and you can clearly see that while the price has pumped over the last 24 hours about 30%, which is exciting, the reality is a little bit more discouraging, where we got over here the top right here of MASA, the Pico top. The all-time high of this chart is at 22 cents. Now, going all the way to where we are right now in terms of price action, we are at 2 cents. So that means that MASA has fallen. This is the part that's the best, in my opinion. From its all-time high to its current price, it's down 89%. Wait, hold on. The chart that you just said you've made 98% profit on is down 89%? Yup. So what is the strategy here? That is a great starting place for this video. When you get into bot trading, you're going to be presented with a lot of different options, a lot of different pre-made settings of people that maybe know what they're doing, but probably don't. They might have some good performance, but most of the time it's going to be flash in the pan performance. How can I be in profit on a chart that's down 89%? That's because my bot has been accumulating MASA. My bot has actually been breaking even on every single trade, so that every single new trade, when it closes, I'm making more MASA. Now replace MASA with anything else. SPX 6900, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Doge, whatever you want. Seriously, it can be anything. But the point of this is that when you are going to take the dive, take the leap into bot trading, understand that you can't just blindly click something, go, okay, cool, it works, done, and just walk away. No, you need to have a little bit more patience. You need to have the right understanding, the right mentality before you get into something, because charts like this that dump 89% over the course of 6 months, actually, no, yeah, 6 months, which is crazy. Wait a second. 6 months performance, the chart's down 89% and I'm up 90. Okay. What gives? Well, the reality is that this isn't fibbing. I have locked in this much profit, but the reality is that all the MASA that I've accumulated over time has lost its value. The MASA that I accumulated at 22 cents is now worth 89% less. But as I've restarted up the bot again, I'm actually accumulating more MASA down here so that the inverse will be applicable. I fully expect, because again, the name down there, my X handle is Moon and Papa, so you guys got to understand where I'm coming from. But I want to accumulate as much MASA as I can down here with the expectation that I could sell it at an 800% premium. So while I'm only making, $1 a trade here, maybe $3, $5, $10, well, that's going to be $80. It's going to be $40. It's going to be a lot more. So the reality of bot trading like this, especially accumulating coins that you're interested in holding for the long term, which is really the goal of bot trading, not flash in the pan, not changing your strategy every single month, but accumulating for a big payout, that's exactly what I'm into. And that's exactly what I'm all about. Now, I want to share something special with you in this video that I use and I teach how to use in our courses at thebettertraders.com. But before I get there, I need to direct your attention to what I'm even talking about. In the description of this video, you're going to see lots of links for CoinCatch, for 2bit, both amazing non-KYC requiring exchanges. I use CoinCatch. Unfortunately, CoinCatch is not yet supported by Altrady. Hopefully, they change their mind soon on that. But I do use Bybit. And I'm using Bybit for this specific bot, as you could see in my settings over on MASA. So if you use the links that we have down below, like here for Bybit, you actually get a bonus, a bigger bonus than if you just sign up with anyone else's link. So that way, when you have enough trading volume, you get more kickbacks from Bybit. And there are actually more deals available to you in the Coin Bureau website. So if you go to the Coin Bureau website, go to deals. First off, check out the club. Their Discord server has tons of information provided by Dan, my co-host here. And by the way, just letting you know, we're going to be having a new host joining Coin Bureau Trading. Keep an eye out for her. She'll be going live, I think, this week. So you'll see what's happening. So you got to sub, you got to stay subscribed so that way you get all the alerts and notifications about what's happening. There are other tools, other platforms to sign up, but there's also a 10% discount off of our courses at thebettertraders.com, specifically for 15 Minutes to Financial Freedom, where you will learn how to run bots. I teach a specific section on bot trading. Now, with that out of the way, I want to talk about this. This is a strategy called the DCA Backtester Pro. This is not available in the course, but I want to quickly explain why this is awesome and why this is helpful and useful. Now, the DCA Backtester Pro is designed to emulate a DCA bot, as in it's emulating a bot on Altrady. And the purpose of this is simple, so that way we can find the best, most aggressive, or most profitable settings so that we can earn the most profit out of our bots. Essentially, this is a backtesting strategy that we can use to see what performance would be like if we used RSI, if we used, actually I can show you over here, if we used the TBO indicator, which I love to talk about, if we used Ultimate Oscillator, different TA presets like Bollinger Bands, which Dan loves a lot, Money Flow Index, Commodity Channel Index. We can even use external indicators. We can even use the TradingView signals, the strong buy or weak buy or whatever. So when we get into the details, this is where the magic happens. The signal is part of it. And essentially, this is an ASAP bot, meaning that as soon as one trade closes, the next one's going to open right away. As you can see with all of this glorious blue and pink, all of this stuff is letting us know base order, which is our trade, and then it's selling right there. Base order trade right there. So buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling. And this floating window is telling us that for as long as this specific backtest has been running, which started back here on April 1st, it has closed 299 trades. And basically, it's closing one trade every other day on average. Now, the other thing that's important to think about and to consider when it comes to bot trading is position sizing. A lot of people don't understand this. Out of 200, we'll just say 300 trades, 200 of them, about 66% of them are closed with this BO. That's the base order. That would be going back over here to this awesome time where it was literally just going over and over and over. So base order right here, initial order, boom, 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 boom. So 66% of the time, we're going to be closing with a very small fraction of our total possible profits. And this is where people get hung up. They don't think about the reality that we're actually going to be making a whole lot more money when the price goes against us. And I actually have the data and the stats to prove it. I want to show you here on Altrady here in the DCA breakdown. This alone is ridiculous. So right here, we can see no DCA with this specific strategy. It's showing that 71% of the time, it's closing trades with no DCA. Essentially, that's the base order. Then 1 DCA is 18% of the time, 2 is 8% of the time, 3, 1% of the time. But the reality is that we actually make a whole lot more when we use our DCA orders. We can see that 25% of our profit is earned 70% of the time by our no DCA orders. But we're actually earning a really good chunk of change here with DCA 1 and DCA 2, actually making more money when we're using up more of our DCA orders. Now, these two are emergency trades that had to be placed, and they're just showing up as 3. And what happened to 4? I don't know. 6 was afraid of 7s because 7, 8, 9, something like that. But we can go over to the trading terminal, and I actually want to show you what this looks like in reality on the charts. I'm going to have to change the scale of this, but I want to show you a position here that recently closed. Boom. This specific position right here. This is the Altrady terminal, by the way. So we can see this first yellow arrow right here is this buy order at about 0.02159. The price went against us, bought more as it went down, bought more as it went down, and we ended up having to wait. This is a concept that a lot of you are not comfortable with, but it had to wait for 4 days, 2 hours, and 45 minutes. Wait for what? Well, it had to wait for the price to finally hit my take profit target right here, below my entry, which is again the magic of DCA. And you can see buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, 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 buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, and then buy. So we have another new position that's just opened. But the reality is that most of the time, this bot isn't making a lot of money. As you can see right here, the net P&L realized means that it's telling us that, well, this is how much money it's made. So if we go back over here to see these other recently closed trades, we'll do this one that closed. The net P&L here is $1. So while that looks kind of lame, considering the fact that, wow, I just made $1 and I had to wait 10 minutes to make $1, it does matter how much you put into the bot. You can see I invested $71 and I made $1 back. But again, it's not about the $1 wins. It's not about the $9 wins, which again sound really meager in comparison. The reality is that I'm not trading just for this moment in time. I'm not running a bot for right now. I'm running the bot with the purpose of accumulating coins that could be worth 800% more in the future. And even if it doesn't go up that high, even if it goes up another 200%, everything that I've been accumulating in this range is now going to be worth so much more. You get it? I want to give you one more little bit of advice. When you run a bot, and I'm going to expand the strategy tester that's here on TradingView, this is something that a lot of people lie to you about, or they're not being fully truthful or knowledgeable about. There's a couple of things we need to pay attention to. The first is our equity. This is normal for DCA bots. Now, while it says 77.40% profitable trades, we know from the data that 99.39% are profitable. It's just that one annoying loss that will never go away, that was just a glitch on my part. So we know that 100% of the trades are profitable. Our equity, our profits are going to be growing exponentially, up and to the right, nice and steady. But we also know that buying and holding MASA, sometimes it means that the bot is outperforming MASA. Sometimes that means that holding MASA means that it's much more profitable. It really does depend on when you start the bot, which is why I have 2 of these here. Now, one thing that is a reality is that this specific bot that I'm running, and I have again another strategy that's backtested, to start from the Pico top, right back here, January 5th, 2025, at 22 cents. We know what happens in crypto. Things are looking amazing. It looks so good. I can't wait for this coin to pull another 10x, 100x, 50, like whatever. But this is the reality. While there will be periods where buying and holding makes sense and it will outperform bot performance, long term, Actually, even during 89% drawdown, this bot has generated 36% profit. And yes, if it's accumulating MASA, 89% down at the very beginning of this backtest means that yes, a lot of these coins that were initially purchased up here are now worth 89% less. But remember, it's buying more as the price goes down. And as the price goes lower and lower and lower, it's buying more and more and more. So that way it's averaging down the entry over time. Over time, we're basically going to be hitting our break-even point. So the reality is that, yes, our profit potential will be growing exponentially over and over because we don't have a guarantee of MASA going up and to the right forever. We know what's happened to MASA. We know what's happened with Bitcoin. We know what's happened with Ethereum. The reality is that no coin is guaranteed to go up and to the right forever, which makes the case, in my opinion, as to why I like bot trading for accumulation. If I can use a bot to safely accumulate, meaning, and I want to go back to my settings over here. When I have a bot that's accumulating passively, that means that there is zero risk to me other than the coins that I've accumulated here are possibly worth less, which is not fun. It is not fun to know that those coins that I purchased up at 22 cents are now worth 89% less. But it's also fun to know that it's cost me nothing to do it. I've been accumulating safely and breaking even on every single trade, all 165 bot positions. So this begs the question, okay, how do I do this? Well, the first thing you can do, again, is use the link down below. You can sign up for Altrady. You can use the free TBT signals that we provide to better traders, but just clicking go ahead and start on the signals isn't enough. You need to have understanding and knowledge of DCA. You need to know why it works, how to spread your money and your wealth accordingly. You need to know how to be prepared for market drawdowns. And that's everything we talk about in our courses at the Better Traders. And again, you have that 10% link in the description below. Go to the Coin Bureau website, sign up to the deals page for the 15 Minutes to Financial Freedom course. You will thank me later. It's not just crazy, okay, buy this here, sell this here, done. No. One-on-one coaching, automated strategies, active strategies, you get access to the TBO, you learn how to use Altrady like a pro. So I'll stop there. But the main thing I want to remind you of is that we are near the end of this bull market. And this is the best time to be accumulating coins that you see long-term growth in. And maybe it's not MASA, and that's fine. Probably a bad call. I really wish I stuck with SPX 6900. But whatever it is, you can still have the time now to safely accumulate by breaking even on every single trade so that it's at no risk to you. So if the price goes up, cool, you've been accumulating. If not, okay, cool. You've covered your bases. You've broken even on every single trade. So there's no risk to you either way. So I'm really curious to hear about what you think. Leave a comment down below. And until the next time, you know what to do. Stay awesome and stay in the green. Peace.